So the next sharer will be Stephanie Uhas, who is a writer, animator, and the executive producer of Project 21, a local arts organization dedicated to networking artists from all disciplines through filmmaking. Tonight she's going to present her series American Goulash, a showcase of true stories from her unusual childhood growing up with a Transylvanian family. And we all tested ourselves to see if we knew where Transylvania was.
Okay.
So we'll see if she reveals that.
Thank you. Stole someone's beer. All right. Realistically, I am a very tall woman. There we go. 6 feet, guys. It's not easy to find clothes. Now, before I show you my film, since we're in a room full of, I'm assuming, a bunch of artists, I want to tell you a story of epic failure. Growing up, I always wanted to be a marine biologist. There's only one problem with that. I am not a good swimmer. I've tried, I've taken classes, and again, I'm a tall woman. I'd be in the pool with a bunch of 4-year-olds, and I'd be standing up going, yup, not drowning, I guess that's okay. So that, coupled with the fact that I faint at the sight of blood, made me not the best biology major. So I went to school for animation. And I had been gearing up my whole life to make my fish movie. So during my junior year of college, I started to make a film about a clownfish and a hippotang trying to escape from a fishbowl by flushing themselves down a toilet, but one of the fish just kept on forgetting what they were doing. Well, my college professor came in one day and he said, Stephanie, he opens up his Mac. He shows me a trailer for something called Finding Nemo. And it's like an exact same scene. And I cried. So I, had 3 weeks to pull something out of my butt. Sorry, lol, didn't mean to admit that. About seahorses instead, and I was just devastated. He's here, I wasn't expecting him to come. So I'm gonna get in trouble. He's gonna give me a bad grade retroactively. So basically, the next year, I was a senior, and I said, okay, this can't happen again. What on earth am I going to make a film about that Disney Pixar isn't going to beat me to with a $150 million budget? What do you think? And he said, well, I always overhear you talking about your family, and you have an unusual family, and every time you come back from a family vacation or a holiday or something, you have some awful but hilarious story, so why don't you make a movie about that? I've never seen anything like that done. And he was right. So out of the University of the Arts, I made this thesis called Nagymama, and I'd like to share it with you today. Thank you. So ironically enough, 5 years ago, geez, I'm getting old. 5 years ago, this premiered at the Arts Bank right upstairs as a part of the University of the Arts Film Festival, and it got a pretty good response. So I submitted it to my favorite film festival, the Ottawa International Animation Fest, and they rejected me. I was so devastated. I was convinced, you know what? You know why the audience liked it? Because it's all my friends and they're just trying to be nice to me. This sucks. Awful. No one cares. Oh. So I shelved it and I didn't show anyone. And then it was probably about 3 years later, yeah, in 2007, that a friend of my mother's was harassing her to see this Nagymama movie that Stephanie made. What did I make about grandma? So I asked a friend, and I sat there for 5 hours trying to figure out how to embed, encode, compress, and get something on YouTube. And I did it, and it took so long that I figured, you know what? I might as well pop it up on MySpace and put it up on Crackle and other websites and just upload it all in a day. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get some hits. Maybe I'll get paid like a quarter or something from an ad. I don't know. It'd really be nice. And I got home one day and I had 700 new emails. Okay. Viagra? No, actually they were love letters to my grandmother of people that said, you know, this reminds me of my old grandma, and I saw you on YouTube, and I saw you on YouTube, and I kept on saying I saw you on YouTube. I'm like, I don't even know my password to YouTube anymore. So I go to youtube.com, and there I am on the freaking front page. And I go to myspace.com, and I'm on the freaking front page. And I couldn't believe it, because for years I shelved this thing, and I got millions of hits from just popping it up on the internet. For the next year, I was featured on Crackle.com, Channel Frederator, in a multitude of film festivals, and probably the biggest thing that ever happened was the Nicktoons Network picked it up and broadcast it to several million homes all over the world. So my grandmother has been able to see her 15 minutes of fame in her life. So it's just like, it makes me very happy that she lived to see it. So I wanted to urge you guys today as artists to freaking put yourself out there, because I almost didn't. And none of this could have happened, and American Goulash wouldn't exist, and I wouldn't be standing here today if Lowell Boston didn't convince me to make a movie about my grandma, and if someone didn't guilt me into actually getting over myself and my artist ego and my self-hate. Because we all have it, you know, we'll all sit there in front of the same painting forever, making the same stroke, afraid to show it to anyone, because what if someone judges you? Don't think all 700 of those emails were love letters. Oh man, did I get some hate mail, hilarious hate mail. But, you know, after you grow a thick skin, it's totally worth it. And you know, before starting the story, I wanted to just tell you guys, I really want you to do it. Use this little success as your story in your head of why you should put yourself out there. So since this film, I've continued the series mostly because of the hate mail. People didn't believe me. They didn't believe that my grandma could possibly check my breath with a mirror and that they'd be this stressed out. So I said, oh really? Oh really? You want to come over? I'll show you. And I grabbed the video camera and I started taping them. So the online video series is called American Goulash as well. And it's just literally going to my house and trying to ask for some orange juice, and like hilarity ensues. I mean, you can't write stuff this good. I'm not that creative. I'm just observing and crying and observing. So from this, I decided that I really wanted to start documenting what happened, because these days we are so into like what sandwich we're eating, and we type that on Twitter. We don't stop for a moment and say, Grandma, like, so how did you meet Grandpa? Oh, he was the gas man, and because of communism, you know, I didn't want to lose my dining room, so I paid him to marry me. Are you serious? Yeah, he didn't want to. I mean, he had a girlfriend, but, you know, so I went to his mom, and I said, listen, I can get like black market good stuff like toilet paper and like perfume and things. So you gotta hook this up. Are you saying I'm alive because of toilet paper? I mean, otherwise you have to wipe your ass with newspaper, so yeah. These are the things that I wouldn't have known if I didn't stop and ask Grandma for a second. So I encourage you guys to do the same, and part of what I'm doing with the series is collecting your stories as well, because everybody has grandparents that maybe bake them cookies and do something nice, but you have to think for a moment, they've been through war, they've been through famine and a depression, and they've persevered and they put bread on the table for you. So if you need to use me as an excuse, go this weekend, grab a camera, and just do it. Ask Grandpa, how do you meet Grandma? Ask him what his favorite color is, anything, and send it to me and I'll feature it on site. It's got like, you know, it's got a couple thousand hits a month, so, you know, pop it up there and we'll link to your stuff, but really do it. It's important, if not for yourself, for your children as well. So what I wanted to present you with tonight is a typical Christmas at my house? First of all, it's not at my house. Every Christmas and every holiday for that matter, we go to the hometown buffet. If you guys are not familiar with what the hometown buffet is, it's basically your typical sneeze-guarded, been out for 2-3 hours kind of slop, sort of like what they served you in middle school, except 6 times as expensive. But you know, my mom really loves it, and so we go every year. We try to meet there. My mom and my grandma get there an hour early. My aunt gets there an hour late. My 2 cousins and I get there on time, and somehow we're criticized for this. So basically, I have to have my paper because now I'm getting nervous. This is the kind of writing that you see on the website, by the way, a documentation of things that are going on. But basically, after we actually find a seat, my mom just goes around the table like a vulture, making sure nobody touches our stuff. We get our plates full of things, and I say, Mom, just relax, go get some food. Are you going to leave the table? No, I'm going to eat. I'm here to eat. Okay, don't leave your food. They'll put something in it. I'll be right back. Looking over her shoulder. It's stressful. But, you know, once we actually sit down, my mom puts down her plate and slaps down a set of napkins like the size of freaking Mount Everest. Like, Mom, like you're killing the Amazon. What are you doing? You know, in case we spill something. Like she's like preparing for the friggin' Exxon Valdez. I don't know. But basically, while we're eating our soup and our salad, the same questions continually come up no matter what holiday, what event. We have these 3 questions. Number 1. Have you heard from your ex-boyfriend? You know, the rich one? No, we dated like 7 years ago, thanks so. Did you remember to turn off the stove and lock your doors? Yes, I've lived on my own for 10 years with minimal explosion, so I don't tell her anything, so it's fine. And of course, as always, have you heard from your asshole father? No, I have enough family. Thank you very much. So during this line of questioning, what typically happens is that Nagymama wanders away. And we're like, oh God, because I know what's going on. She's going around the entire buffet, touching children that don't belong to her. She just loves them and pets them, and it's normally fine, and parents find it cute until she starts to like take their undershirt and really like tuck them in their pants and start criticizing, you know, your child's belly is exposed, he's gonna catch infection asthma and he's gonna die. It's at this point usually when I hear a scream or a complaint from a manager that I know, oh, grandma got loose, we gotta get her back. I don't want to get my 98-year-old in prison. I don't know, she might like beat somebody up and I don't want to be responsible for that. So, all right, around entree time, my mom gets up the courage to go up, trust me, not to leave the table, and she makes the same plate of food every single time. It is mashed potatoes with some fish and some spaghetti with turkey gravy all over it. She like mixes it up, takes a bite of it, makes a weird face, then covers it with a napkin, shoves it away, and goes up and does this 3 or 4 times. Mom, it's still gonna taste like awful every single time you make it. Have some variety. I'm at the buffet. I'm here to play. That's a t-shirt, guys. That's a t-shirt. Or maybe like a moo-moo. I don't know. But whatever. So after that, after the whole family is finished with their entrees, yes, this is the time when my family starts inspecting me. They have my entire body memorized better than I do. Is this a new freckle? Did you go outside? Yes, I had to check the mail. Sorry. You know, Steffi, I don't know. your ass is kind of fat. You have no boobs and you have this big ass, the ratio is wrong. I'm like waiting one of these days she's gonna like pull out some calipers and do a mathematical equation about how inadequate I am. But then of course, the final thing they always ask me is, so did you talk to that ex-boyfriend of yours, you know, the rich one? Yes, I told you, I don't talk to him anymore. We dated 7 years ago. Oh yeah, I forgot. You really should call him. He was really great. By this time, it's dessert, and we're on to like the freak of the week conversation. This topic ranges from that guy that my mom met at Dunkin' Donuts 10 years ago who comes to our house every single week and asks her to buy him French fries. This is like no joke. I don't know, like if you guys know, other than a restraining order, like how to get rid of this guy, I really would appreciate it because this is a problem. To like how much weight her friends have gained and how horrible their marriages are, to what they just saw this week on 2020. God, I hate this show. Barbara Walters, stop it. Stop it now, you're making my life difficult. These are the top 3 questions my cousins and I wrote down that they ask me every single time. Oh my God, did you hear about these Ravs? These kids, they go and they smoke the marijuana in the woods. Don't go into the woods, they'll kill you. All right. Oh my God, Steffi, did you hear these guys? On the phones, the public phones, they put the hypodermic needles with the AIDS in it, and then they stick your hand and then you have AIDS. They don't use public phones, they'll kill you. Oh my God, Steffi, did you hear about the guy? He seduced this woman on the internet and he somehow talked her into giving his social security number, and oh my God, don't use the internet, it's gonna kill you. It's ridiculous. I hate Barbara Walters. So this whole time, while my mom is telling me how I'm gonna die, my grandmother is walking back and forth to the dessert. And this is not for her, this is for me. With my fat ass, this is what she's getting me dessert. So I would say probably the Hungarian phrase that I use the most is nem kell. I don't want any. You want cookie? Nem kell. You want pudding? Nem kell. You want cake? Nem kell. You want pudding with a little cake on it with sprinkled cookie? No! No! I swear to you, I can take a picture. By the end of the day, there's like 7 little dessert cups with like ice cream in various stages of oozing. And I don't know what to do. I'm just looking at the waitress like, I'm sorry, I'll slip you a tip. It's okay. At this point, what we do after dessert, you gotta exchange the gifts. So I'm gonna let you guys know this is not actually Christmas. Don't get excited. You're not gonna have anything on your tree today, but I wanna give you an example of gifts that I've received from my family. So here we go. We're gonna find them. All right, number 1. Okay. Well, it's wrapped in tin foil, and it kind of smells like chicken. It must be from Nagymama. Yeah, so okay. So they gave it to me, and I opened it up, and I got some yarn. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Oh, it's really good. She got you that. You never know when you have to bundle something. I'll keep that in mind if I ever lose a leg. So I go to put it down, and my grandma pulls this like matrix move and grabs the foil. Don't throw it out, don't waste it, I need it. And then she just diligently sits there and puts chicken bones and whatever in it, and she puts it in her purse. Just packs up the buffet, which is against the hometown buffet policy. But again, she's 98 years old. She could probably do anything she wants. She could punch you in the face. What are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. My grandma will kick all your asses. She will. There's nothing you can do. So after we get over that, we get the second gift. Oh boy. This is gonna be clothes. I've gotta be polite because I know it's gonna be bad, but I really appreciate their thinking of me. So, okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thanks for the shirt, dress, possibly muumuu. Oh, it's all about me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. No, try it on. No, I'm okay. It fits. It's okay. No, try it on. I got to make sure your fat ass fits in it. turn around. Well, it's a little long, but you'll grow into it. Grow into it. I stopped growing like 10 years ago. Oh, you keep eating macaroni like that, you'll fit into it in 2 weeks. Okay, are we done here? No. One other thing. Okay, hold on. I have a gift for you. Don't forget the gift. Okay, this is from you, from my mother. Oh my, we're in a public place. Thank you for the protection. Thank you. Jumbo, super, with long wings. Thank you. Oh God. Okay, so I'm not mortified or anything. Don't worry, Steffi. I just had it around so you can have it. These are used? No, that's disgusting. Don't talk like this. No, I have it around. My cousin. Didn't you go through menopause several years ago? Why do you have maxi pads around your house? Shh! Don't tell anybody. All the waitresses, they think I'm a student. I don't want them to think I'm an old bag. What are you a student of? Life. So, all right. Well, you know, the reason I have all these maxi pads is because the radiator is leaking. And then the radiator leaks. I don't want to be mopping up water all the time, so I put a maxi pad underneath it, and it catches it. Oh my God, Steffi, the radiator, it's leaking so much that I use like 3-4 maxi pads a week. Wouldn't it be cheaper to fix it? Let me give you one last gift. This one is from Grandma. Oh, really? It's not in tinfoil. Oh, yeah, they're out of tinfoil. She was wrapping up chicken bones for the neighbor's dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So what do we have here? Oh, it's like a handkerchief. It's like a shirt. It's like... Oh, my God! These are underpants. These are underpants. This is good. All your underpants, they're too small for your fat ass. You're cutting off your circulation. You need to cover your kidneys so you don't get infection. I'm standing in a hometown buffet, wearing a shirt, hiding at maxi pads with a bunch of Hungarians that are stuffing chicken into their purse. You know what? What the hell, right? Okay, let's see if it fits. All right. Yeah, looks great, doesn't it? You know what? I think I'm gonna call that ex-boyfriend from the party. As my cousins are laughing at this, and my mother and my aunt are not understanding why this is a problem, my grandmother comes over to me. Come closer. You are wearing those wrong. They're supposed to go inside your pants. And that's the story.